Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to Football Talks. And in today's video we will be talking about the transfer market. So as you all know, the season has ended and we're in transfer market. So some huge transfers are going through. But in today's video we'll be focusing on MLS and Saudi Arabia. So all the big European moves will be talked about in another video coming out later this week. That will be a Europe edition of the transfer market so far. But in today's video, I will be talking about why is everyone going to MLS? I mean to Saudi Arabia and MLS. So the biggest move of the transfer window, you guys should have heard it. Messi is going to MLS. Why? Why is he not going back to Barca? There are many questions. So I will be answering them today. How much I know about the situation. So the biggest reason he isn't going to Saudi Arabia and MLS, he's going to MLS, not Saudi Arabia, because of the language. Because he's from Argentina, South America, and most of Miami speak Spanish. So he should have no problem communicating with others there. But in Saudi Arabia, he's going to a completely new culture. And Messi's the type of guy who likes to be in his comfort zone. So that's why he's choosing Miami. He already has a house there. And people might be thinking that Messi was offered $1.6 billion, the most ever. He will be the most paid athlete of all time in a year. But why did he choose Miami? But the deal with Miami isn't bad. People might think it's only like 50 mil, a couple of 100 mil. But no, he's also getting a percentage of his jersey sales. So just imagine there 100, like 10 million of his jerseys are sold. It's gonna be more than that, but 10 million, he's gonna get paid a 5%. So even a jersey is like $50. It's mostly like 100. He's gonna make like 10 million off that, 20 million off that, maybe even a 50 or 100 mil. And he has signed a contract with Apple too. So when they're gonna telecast Miami games, he's gonna get a percentage of sales of the monthly payments. So he's gonna make even more money off that. And for the ticket sales, now the cheapest ticket is gonna be in the higher hundreds. Before, the Miami tickets were like $50. Now they're gonna be like a couple of hundred or even thousands. So he's gonna get percentage of that too. So overall, and when he retires, he's gonna get a percentage of an MLS club. And that's a huge deal. And not only for the money, he wants his family to move there. So he's a family guy. We all know that. And also, there's one more reason. Like Copa America next year is happening in US. So he's trying to get used to the weather maybe. He's getting used to the players there. And also the World Cup 2026 is gonna be there. So if he plays in MLS, maybe we can see him play in the World Cup, hopefully. So those were some of the main reasons Messi went to MLS, not Saudi. And he didn't go to Barca because Barca couldn't offer him the contract in time. So now let's talk about Saudi Arabia. They're signing many big players like Kalidou Koulibaly, Karim Benzema, N'Golo Kante, Ruben Neves, Edouard Mendy, Hakim Ziyech. And we will be talking about Busquets to Miami too. But now let's talk about the Saudi players. So most of Chelsea squad is gone, and that was a big move. I will be telling you why Chelsea sold so many players to Saudi Arabia and how did that work out. And how is Saudi Arabia on the rise? So so Chelsea gave Koulibaly, Kante, um, Edouard Mendy, and Hakim Ziyech. So 4 players, and even more contracts are going through. So why did they sell all these 4 players? And why did they leave for Saudi Arabia? The big reason is money, and also because Chelsea had to sell them so they don't get fair play rules, so they don't break fair play rules. Um, so so they were going above, because we all know they spent over 600 million in the transfer windows over the last couple of seasons, signing Enzo for over 100 mil, signing Mudryk for over 100 mil, and that's already 220 mil combining those two. And then they signed Koulibaly and so many other players. So that was the big reason. And why Saudi on the rise? They signing these big players, but then the later ends of their career. And why is some players in their prime going to Saudi? So here's the answer. You might think Saudi is only signing big players because they want people to come there, visit them. But it's way bigger than that. Because who's Newcastle's owners? Saudi. They got Champions League. Who's Man City's owner? Saudi. They won the treble. Who's PSG's owner? Someone from Saudi too. So all these big clubs are run by Saudi. And the Chelsea players, they got sent to Saudi Arabia too. So now they're improving the communications with other big European clubs. So they can sign their players, they can own the clubs, they can get some percentage in the club. So Saudi's on the rise. And Karim Benzema went there too, a Ballon d'Or winner last season. 2 seasons ago. He just won the Ballon d'Or, and now he's at Al Ittihad with N'Golo Kante. So Saudi signing all these big players, and we didn't expect that a year ago when Ronaldo left. Now everyone is leaving, so Saudi's on the rise, and N'Golo Kante is there too. N'Golo Kante left because he was getting injured. He wasn't getting enough play time now at Chelsea, and Chelsea wasn't in the fair play rules. So we saw like a couple of seasons ago, Chelsea was banned from signing anyone in the transfer window because they broke the fair play rules. They didn't want to do it again, so they sold Saudi. They sold Kante to Saudi too. And this was a shocking one. Ruben Neves leaving for Al Hilal. That was shocking. Why? Because Ruben Neves in his prime. He plays for Wolves. Big teams like Arsenal and United were interested in him. They were trying to sign him. But why did he go to Al Hilal? Actually, we don't know much about that. He's in his prime. But maybe he wanted just to make a big money move, and all the big players are going there, so he decided to go with them. Saudi is the wave now, so everyone is going there. So next one is Edouard Mendy. So we saw towards the end of the season, he didn't have the best of seasons. He was their first choice keeper, but he wasn't playing all their games. And against Chelsea, they wanna be in the fair play. They wanted to be in the fair play rules so they can make transfers. So they decided to sell him to Al Ahil. I think that's the club's name. And then Sergio Busquets. Okay, let's talk about Ziyech first, and then we'll go back to MLS to end the video off. Ziyech went to Al Nassr to pair up with Cristiano Ronaldo. So, same situation with him. Chelsea couldn't afford to sign all these players. they couldn't extend their contract because of fair play rules. So they decided to send them for a really overpriced overpriced to Saudi, because Saudi was giving them some insane numbers, which they could have never earned at Europe. So now let's end off the video by talking about Sergio Busquets to MLS Inter Miami with Messi. So the thing is with this situation is that he was gonna leave Barca. We all know that at the end of the season. So the thing is that he was probably gonna go back to his. He was probably gonna retire, go back to the club he started playing at, which was Barcelona. So he was probably gonna go back to his hometown, play for their club, or maybe even retire. But he saw Messi going to MLS Inter Miami, so he decided to go as well. They're linked to Inter Miami as well, because they aren't getting minutes at Barcelona, because Balde is first choice right now. Alba is coming off the bench. He's even not getting all the minutes. Sometimes he even doesn't play. So he might be moving too. And that's all for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. See you next time. Till then, peace.